this is how you get your charging equipment with the Tesla. This is called a universal mobile connector. And there's some electronics in here. This end you can plug into different outlets. This is a 50 amp outlet. That's what we have in our garage. This is a standard 110 volts connector. Goes on here. And then for the other side, so a stand, yeah, when you are going to a charge point for AC charging, it's a J1772, and it converts it to the same thing as the Tesla, right? And if you go to a supercharger, this thing looks identical at a Tesla. So this is all the charging you need if you're driving locally and you're not planning to go into somewhere out of Boondock country. You can cross Canada with this because there's some country highways, chargers all over, and you use this. And if you come to the one thing that I recommend that you have is something similar to this. This is not quite legal because this is not a flex cable, this is a house cable. So this is normally permanently.
What gauge is this?
This is a 8, I believe.
Yeah, 8, gauge 8.
Yeah, it's an 8. So you see that this one here is
a little bit different, yeah?
I just took this pin out because this pin you don't need. Tesla doesn't look for this pin. It only looks for the 2 Hz and the ground.
Yeah.
And the ground. So, but what this does is this connects you to any dryer outlet at any of your friends' families' places. So even if it's in the basement, you put that there, you run it out, and then this one fits.
And then the other one does as well.
And then this one fits.
So it's basically a dryer extension cord,
That's right.
extension cord, yeah.
And every house has a dryer. So if you get the car close enough to the house, that's what I do when I visit them.
Yeah, I have a 40-foot J-Long, they call it, but I bought it. You constructed it yourself. I bought it, but it cost like $400
well,
in the US.
You see, this one is good for 30 amps.
Yeah.
This one is good for 50 amps. If I buy, I have 50 amp trailer cables, extension cords, which have these toe ends, but they weigh 3 times as much, and I have the length. I didn't want to carry this.
Yeah, and in created some. I see you have some drone footage as well. We have the first generation of them. Fantastic.
Then when you want to be for all eventual stuff, this is a welding plug. So basically anybody who repairs cars, any farm usually has a welder somewhere. This is quite often the plug. Sometimes you need this. And this one I can just put on here.
Yeah.
That's a different form of a welder plug.
Yeah.
And again, you can turn these around because sometimes this is for 60 amps, this is for 70 amps, and so on. And then I have these additional Tesla outlets. This is the real dryer outlet.
Dryer outlet, yeah.
It's the same as this one, sorry. But this pin is different. This is 50, this is 30.
That's right.
But since Tesla is not looking for it, you know, on one plug, what I actually did is I just cut this off.
Cut this off, yeah. So you have all shapes, the full set.
But then, when you're going camping, you still have this one is called a TT30. This is a trailer connector. Trailer, I don't know why there's TT. This is 120 volts only, 30 amps. This here is 120 volts, 15 amps.
Yeah.
So this is a regular house outlet. This is twice as quick. Right? And on this side,
so even though the voltage is the same, it's the amperage that counts.
That's right.
Makes it faster.
Yeah, double the amperage. And this one converts it to a NEMA 1450, which fits this again.
Yeah.
But you have to go into the car and dial it down from 40 amps. Because
make sure,
each one of these plugs
yeah.
has a little electronic thing in there that sends a pilot signal that says you can go up to 40 amps to the computer.
Yeah.
You can go up to 15, to 20, to 30, to 30.
So you have to adjust the
To 40.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to manually speed it, otherwise you trip the brake.
Yeah.
So, but almost all Ontario provincial parks we have tested so far, and there's at least half a dozen campgrounds. They have, see, this is a TT30, and this is a TT30. And they have two connectors close to each other, and they're both on 120 volts, but on opposite phases. So if you combine these two, and if this green light lights up, then you have 240 volts. And that's the same again, that's identical to what we had first, to this. Now I have
240 volts.
240 volts, 30 amps, so again I have to dial it down to 24.
Yeah. And then you have one little self-made converter, which
That's right.
that's
So
your simplest converter.
countertops, well, this is a regular 120 volt outlet, just like this adapter here. But if I go onto a countertop in a kitchen, they usually have two outlets, and they're on different phases again, on opposite phases. So each one has 120. I can convert them to 240, and then I need which adapter? This adapter here, I believe. Nope, that's the wrong one. It's this adapter. This is a 240 volt, 15 amps adapter, which
So
now
you dial it down.
fits onto here. So now I'm charging at twice the speed
Yeah.
of a
120.
house outlet. So regular outlet would be 6 kilometers per hour. This is now 12 kilometers per hour. Is that correct? Yeah.
And this is, you just made it yourself out of regular Home Depot available
That's right.
hardware.
Yeah. I just cut the cheapest extension cords off, and then I reused a lawnmower accidental extension cord to put proper 240 volt connectors on here. So you see that the pins are different. So now I can get from the kitchen in the 3rd floor in an apartment building,
Yeah.
hopefully down. And if I don't, I can just go to Home Depot and get a longer cable and put it together. I can go down from the 8th floor or something.
I think I'm going to try to create one of these instead of shipping it from the States. You know, especially they wanted like $300 US for basically for this.
Yeah.
You just had one light on it, and just said if you have the different circuits or not. You know, but you will know, right?
Yeah.
You can tell. Yeah, but this is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm all for not paying a lot of
You can
money
create
for
it
something.
yourself, right? It's not basic. Right?
And then if you get these connectors for it, right? Now it's even good for the TT30
Yeah.
on a campground.
Wow. So you can use different phases from different kinds of outlets, basically. Yeah.
That's right.
And you create your own 220.
It's amazing, you know. This thing, guess what this costs? Well, you don't get it at Home Depot. You have to
It's a
go
specialized store.
to eCall or something like that.
Electric supply stores. Yeah.
Collect, yeah,
It's probably $30.
50 bucks.
$50.
Yeah. Something similar in Germany was $5. And it's better quality.
The more rare it is, I guess, the more it costs. It's supply and demand, I guess. Right?
And it's amazing how many different plugs we have here in North
Here,
America.
yeah, it's confusing. It's confusing.
In Germany, you have the Chuco. First of all, there's no 120 volts, it's all 240 and up.
It's just the amperage of theirs.
Said it would be 1,000. I think I may have paid $750 for it.
$750.
And I think it's even less now.
That's now. That's
But most of the money is probably in this. And so this is a Chatamo. It's currently good for 50 amps. Sorry, 50 kilowatt.
kilowatts, yeah.
And this here is good for 135 kilowatt. This is DC only. For AC, you need a different adapter. So a Nissan Leaf has 2 plugs, one this big ones. Tesla does everything with this.
With this, everything is done with this. From 120 to 480.
This is the only button you ever find on any Tesla charger. It's here, it's here, and it's on the supercharger. Nothing else to know. Press this, port opens, you plug it in, and you go. You're done.
So basically they are dialing up
every other, this one, you have to somehow press, and then there's another thing, then you put it in.
Did you use it during the trip, this one?
I used it once for testing. No, I used it in Merit. Spent $3.20, I believe. That's the only time we paid for it. And I tested it in Winnipeg because they have one, but it's only 24 kilowatts. And this car can already charge 18, 20. So use this charge. And this insert funds money. What are they researching there? If it's not at least 50 kilowatts, it's useless.
Yeah.
And I saw in Boston Bar they put in it's on the Fraser Canyon going north from Hope on the Highway 1, and Bowling Alley put in a Chanamo CCS combined adapter.
The only channel around here.
And I looked up that chargers from Japan.
Yeah.
And it's similar to the supercharger, where the supercharger actually a big stack, and there are many car chargers inside. And they're all computer connected, so they all talk together to the car. And again, here you can get that one as a 25 kilowatt. Then you add one more charging module, then it's a 50 kilowatt, and you add 2 more, then it's
Usually they are 50s, those dual standard, I think they are usually 50s, like 50 kilowatts, most of them, right? The ABB machines, yeah? The ABB machines.
Yeah, they're usually
50.
But this one is not an ABB. This one is a Japanese one. And even if somebody buys it initially as a 25 kilowatt, you can add extra modules to it. It's the same charger, which is nice.
But I hear that whenever you have 2 cars connected, it slows it down by half. Right? If you have one car using Chademo and one car using CCS on the same machine.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you can actually use them at the same time.
All right, guys, take it easy.
So I guess we'll have to test it.
I'm going to take off. Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you.